My beloved child, come close to me for a few moments. Quiet every other voice that has been competing for your attention. Lay aside the fear, the confusion, the disappointment, and the questions that have been filling your heart. I have something important to tell you today. This message is not an accident. You are hearing these words because I have been calling your heart, and today I want to replace every lie with my everlasting truth. If you believe God is speaking directly to you today, write Amen, I receive your truth, Lord, in the comments. There have been many voices speaking into your life. Some spoke through people you trusted. Some came through painful experiences. Others whispered to you during lonely nights when you wondered whether I had forgotten you. Little by little, those voices planted seeds of doubt, fear, shame, and discouragement. They convinced you to believe things that I never said about you. Today I am asking you to stop listening to every voice except mine. For I am the Lord your God, and my voice brings life. My voice heals what has been broken. My voice restores what the enemy tried to destroy. My voice brings peace where fear once ruled. My child, they lied to you. They told you that your past is too dark for me to forgive. But I tell you the truth, your malakta jokantainduth, my mercy is greater than your mistakes. My grace is stronger than your failures. The blood of my Son has the power to wash away every sin when you come to me with a sincere heart. I do not measure your future by your past. I measure it by my promises. They told you that you will never change, but I tell you the truth. I am still transforming you every day. What seems impossible for you is possible with me. I have not stopped working in your life. Even when you cannot see the changes happening, my Spirit is shaping your heart, strengthening your faith, and preparing you for greater things. They told you that you are not enough. But I tell you the truth, I created you with purpose before you were born. I formed you carefully. I know every detail about you. I know your strengths and your weaknesses. I know your dreams and your fears, yet I still call you my beloved child. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are mine. Do not let the opinions of people become louder than my promises. Many judged you without knowing your story. Some misunderstood your heart. Others criticized your journey because they could not see what I was doing behind the scenes. They looked only at your present situation, but I see the finished work that I am creating. Declare your faith by typing I choose God's truth over every lie. I am writing a story that no one else fully understands. Do not become discouraged because others cannot recognize what I have placed inside you. Seeds spend time hidden beneath the ground before they ever become trees. Your hidden season has never been a wasted season. Every prayer you prayed, every tear you cried, every moment you trusted me without seeing immediate results, I have seen it all. Nothing has escaped my attention. You may think your waiting has been meaningless, but I have been working in places your eyes cannot see. Remember how I prepare before I reveal. I prepare hearts before blessings. I prepare character before influence. I prepare faith before miracles. If I gave you everything immediately, you would miss the lessons that prepare you to keep the blessings I have planned. So do not despise this season. You call it delay, I call it preparation. My child, another lie they told you is that I only love you when you are doing everything perfectly. Listen carefully. That is not my heart. I loved you before you had everything together. I loved you while you were struggling. I loved you when you cried because you felt unworthy. My love does not begin when your performance improves. My love has always been there. Nothing surprises me. I already knew every weakness you would face before you were born, yet I still chose to call you my own. So stop trying to earn what I have already freely given. Walk with me. Trust me. Obey me, but never think that my love depends upon your perfection. My love is the foundation that helps you grow. The enemy wants you trapped in guilt because guilty hearts struggle to receive my peace. But I am calling you into freedom. Lay every burden before me. Lay every regret before me. Lay every hidden pain before me. I am able to carry what has been crushing you. Do not carry tomorrow's worries today. Many of your fears are built upon situations that have not even happened. Fear tells stories that never become reality. Faith believes my promises before circumstances change. Choose faith. Even when your emotions tell you something different. Your feelings are real, but they are not always telling you the truth. If you're trusting God to change your situation, comment, "My breakthrough is coming." My word remains true forever. When everything around you changes, my truth remains. When people leave, my truth remains. When opportunities disappear, my truth remains. When your strength feels small, my truth remains. Stand upon my promises rather than your emotions. My child, there have been moments when you wondered why certain people walked away from your life. You thought you had lost something valuable, but there were times when I was protecting you from relationships that would have distracted you from your purpose. Not every closed door is a punishment. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes I remove people because they cannot go where I am leading you. Do not chase what I have already removed. Trust me enough to release it. I know what belongs in your future. If something did not remain, trust that I am able to replace it with something better according to my perfect will. I know that disappointment has visited your heart. There were prayers you expected me to answer differently. There were dreams that seemed delayed. There were plans that suddenly changed. You questioned whether I was still listening. Hear me now. I never stopped listening. Silence does not mean absence. Waiting does not mean rejection. Delay does not mean denial. I have been arranging circumstances in ways you could never imagine. While you were praying, I was already working. While you were crying, I was already preparing. While you were questioning, I was already making a way. You simply could not see the entire picture. Trust the one who sees the beginning and the end. My child, stop believing the lie that your life has no purpose. Purpose is not determined by popularity. Purpose is not measured by wealth. Purpose is not defined by applause. Purpose is found in walking with me. Some of my greatest servants were unnoticed by the world. Right, God's promises are greater than my problems. If you believe His word today, yet heaven celebrated their faithfulness. Do not measure your value by social approval. Measure your life by obedience. I am not asking you to impress everyone. I am asking you to remain faithful. Faithfulness opens doors that human effort never could. There are blessings attached to simple obedience. There is peace attached to trusting me. There is joy attached to surrender. The world will tell you to depend only upon yourself, but I tell you to depend upon me. The world says you must control everything. I tell you to trust me. The world says success is everything. I tell you that knowing me is greater than earthly success. The world says revenge will satisfy your heart. I tell you forgiveness will bring freedom. The world says worry proves responsibility. I tell you prayer releases peace. Which voice will you believe? You cannot follow both fear and faith. You cannot live according to both my truth and the world's deception. Choose today whose voice will guide your life. My child, there are people who underestimated you. Some expected you to fail. Others assumed your story was already finished. But I am the author of your life. The final chapter has not yet been written. Do not allow temporary setbacks to define your future. The same God who opened seas, the same God who brought down walls, the same God who raised the dead, is still working today. I have not become weaker. My power has not diminished. My promises have not expired. What I spoke remains true. Keep believing, keep praying, keep walking, even if progress seems slow, even if answers seem delayed, even if no one else understands. Your faith is never wasted. Every step of obedience matters. Every act of kindness matters. Every prayer matters. Every moment spent seeking me matters. Nothing done for my kingdom is ever forgotten. My child, do not compare your journey with someone else's. If this message encouraged your heart, type Jesus, I trust YOU with my future. Comparison steals joy. Comparison blinds you to the blessings already surrounding you. I created every person with a unique assignment. Walk faithfully in yours. Celebrate others without doubting my plans for you. Their blessing does not cancel yours. Their breakthrough does not delay yours. I have enough grace for every one of my children. Trust my timing. Trust my wisdom. Trust my heart. When confusion tries to overwhelm you, return to my word. When fear rises, return to prayer. When loneliness appears, remember that I am with you. When uncertainty surrounds your future, remember who holds your future. I have never failed my promises, not once. Generations have trusted me. Kings have trusted me. Prophets have trusted me. Ordinary people have trusted me. And I remained faithful. I will remain faithful to you as well. Do not surrender your hope because of temporary storms. Storms pass, seasons change, night gives way to morning, and my light will continue to shine upon those who trust in me. So lift your head, strengthen your heart, open your hands, release every lie. Receive my truth. Walk forward with confidence, knowing that I am leading every step you take. For I am your shepherd, I am your defender, I am your provider. I am your peace, and my plans for you are still filled with hope, purpose, and a future beyond anything fear has tried to convince you otherwise. My beloved child, there is something else I need you to understand today. Many of the battles you have been fighting did not begin in your circumstances, they began in your mind. The enemy knows that if he can influence your thoughts, he can weaken your faith. That is why he works tirelessly to fill your mind with lies that sound believable. He whispers, "You are too weak. You have missed your chance. God is disappointed in you. Your prayers are useless." But every one of those words is a deception designed to pull your eyes away from me. If this message encouraged your heart, type Jesus, I trust YOU within my future. I never called you to build your life upon the opinions of fear. I called you to stand upon my truth. Every promise I have spoken over your life is stronger than every lie the enemy has ever whispered. My word is your foundation. When storms come, hold tightly to it. When doubts arise, return to it. When your emotions become overwhelming, let my truth become louder than your feelings. Do not believe everything you think. Bring every thought before me. Ask yourself, does this thought agree with God's word? If it does not, release it. Replace it with my promises. Fill your heart with what is true, honorable, pure, lovely, and worthy of praise. As your mind changes, your life will begin to change as well. My child, they told you that your weakness makes you unusable. They looked at your failures and assumed that your purpose had ended. But have they forgotten who I am? I have always chosen imperfect people to accomplish extraordinary things. I do not wait until someone is flawless before I call them. I transform them as they walk with me. Remember that I do not look at you the way the world does. People focus on appearances, achievements, and status. I look at the heart. I see your sincere desire to know me. I see every private prayer that no one else hears. I see every act of kindness that goes unnoticed. I see every sacrifice you have made to remain faithful when it would have been easier to quit. Nothing done in love for my name is ever wasted. Some days you wonder if anyone notices your efforts. You continue serving, encouraging, giving and praying, yet it seems as though no one appreciates what you do. Hear me clearly, heaven notices. I notice. Your reward is not determined by human applause, but by my faithfulness. Continue doing good without becoming weary, for in the proper season you will reap if you do not give up. My child, there are hidden victories taking place even now. While you have been focused on what has not happened yet, you have overlooked the ways I have already been protecting you. There are dangers I have kept you from seeing. There are attacks I have prevented before they reached your door. There are decisions you almost made that would have led you away from my best, yet I quietly redirected your steps. You called it coincidence. I called it my hand upon your life. You thought the delay was frustrating. I knew it was necessary. You wondered why certain opportunities disappeared. I knew they were distractions from your true assignment. Trust me when you cannot trace every detail. My wisdom reaches far beyond what your eyes can see. I am not only concerned with today, I am preparing you for tomorrow and for years that are still ahead. What feels confusing now will one day become a testimony of my faithfulness. My beloved child, do not let bitterness take root in your heart. There were people who hurt you deeply. Some broke promises, others betrayed your trust. Their words wounded you, and their actions left scars that still ache. I know every detail of your pain. I was with you through every tear, every sleepless night, and every moment when your heart felt shattered. But I do not want your future to remain chained to yesterday's wounds. Forgiveness does not mean pretending the pain never happened. It means placing justice into my hands instead of carrying the burden yourself. I am the righteous judge. I know how to deal with every situation in perfect wisdom. Release those who hurt you into my care. Do not allow resentment to occupy the space in your heart where my peace longs to dwell. As you forgive, you are not setting the other person free as much as you are allowing yourself to walk in freedom. The chains of unforgiveness are heavy, but my grace is able to break them. Let me heal what people damaged. Let me restore what sin attempted to destroy. My child, they also lied when they told you that your best days are behind you. Perhaps you have experienced disappointments that made you believe your greatest opportunities have already passed. Perhaps age, failure, financial struggles, or personal losses have convinced you that nothing remarkable remains ahead. Comment, I am loved, forgiven, and chosen by God as a declaration of faith. That is not what I say. As long as I have breath in your body, I still have purpose for your life. I am not limited by your age, your education, your resources, or your past. I specialize in bringing hope where people expect defeat. I delight in making streams in the wilderness and roads in impossible places. Do not allow the calendar to define what I can accomplish. I created time itself. I know exactly when to open every door. My timing is never rushed, and it is never late. When the appointed moment arrives, what I have prepared for you will unfold according to my perfect will. Until then, remain faithful in the small things. Continue praying, continue learning, continue growing, continue trusting. Every season has a purpose. Even the quiet seasons are producing roots that will support the fruit I desire to bring into your life. My beloved child, do not underestimate the power of simple obedience. Sometimes you are waiting for dramatic instructions while I am asking you to faithfully obey the next small step. Great victories often begin with simple acts of faith. Every time you choose honesty over compromise, love over hatred, generosity over selfishness, or prayer over panic, you are growing stronger in me. Faith is built one step at a time. Character is formed one choice at a time. Spiritual maturity develops one day at a time. Do not despise the ordinary moments. They are preparing you for extraordinary assignments. My child, remember that I have given you my Spirit to guide you. You are not walking through life alone. When you feel uncertain, ask me for wisdom. I delight in giving direction to those who seek me with humble hearts. Spend time listening as well as speaking. My guidance often comes with quiet clarity rather than loud excitement. The world is full of noise, but my voice is recognized by those who make room for me. Turn away from distractions that constantly compete for your attention. Protect your heart. Guard your mind. Be careful what you allow to shape your thinking. What you repeatedly feed your spirit will influence the direction of your life. Feed yourself with my word more than you feed yourself with fear. My beloved child, you do not have to understand every detail to trust me. Think of a little child walking beside a loving father. That child does not know every turn in the road, yet the child feels secure because of the father's presence. I want you to trust me with that same confidence. Do not carry tomorrow before it arrives. Do not replay yesterday until it steals today's peace. Live with me in this moment. Each day has enough grace for its own challenges. I will provide what you need when you need it. Just as I supplied manna one day at a time, I will also supply the strength, wisdom, peace, and provision required for each new day you face. If you're leaving fear behind today, write, I walk by faith, not by fear. My child, I know you sometimes wonder if your prayers are reaching me. Let me reassure you, every sincere prayer rises before me. There has never been a single cry from your heart that I ignored. Even when my answer is different from your expectation, my love has never changed. Sometimes my answer is yes. Sometimes it is wait. Sometimes it is, I have something better. Each answer flows from my perfect wisdom and my perfect love. If I withheld something from you, trust that I saw what you could not see. If I opened a door, walk through it with courage. If I closed one, believe that I am protecting you from something outside your understanding. My child, your identity is not found in your career, your possessions, your popularity, or even your accomplishments. Your identity is found in me. You are my child. That truth cannot be taken away by failure, criticism, rejection, or hardship. The world changes its opinions quickly. My love does not change. People may misunderstand you. I understand you completely. People may abandon you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. People may forget the good you have done. I remember every faithful act. Rest in that truth today. Stop striving to prove your worth to people who cannot determine your value. Your value was settled the moment I created you in my image and called you into my family. Walk with quiet confidence, not because you are perfect, but because I am with you wherever you go. So whenever another lie tries to enter your heart, pause and remember my voice. When fear says you will fail, remember that I am your strength. When shame says you are unworthy, remember that my mercy is new every morning. When worry says you are alone, remember that I walk beside you. When doubt says nothing will ever change, remember that I am the God who makes all things new. My truth has not changed. My promises have not weakened. My love has not faded, and my hand has never left your life. Continue walking with me, my beloved child, because what I am preparing for you is greater than the lies you have believed, stronger than the fears you have carried, and more beautiful than anything you could imagine on your own. My beloved child, I know there have been moments when you looked at your life and quietly asked, Lord, why has this been so difficult? You have watched others move ahead while you remained in the same place. You have prayed for doors to open, yet some remained firmly closed. You have cried out for answers, yet all you seemed to hear was silence. Type, Lord, help me believe your truth every day, if this is your prayer. Do not mistake my silence for my absence. I have never left you, not even for a single moment. When you walked through seasons of uncertainty, I walked beside you. When you felt too weak to stand, I carried you. When your faith became fragile, my faithfulness remained strong. Even when you questioned whether I was near, my hand was still guiding every step you took. The enemy wanted you to believe that I had abandoned you. He wanted discouragement to become your identity. He wanted disappointment to become your future. But I am calling you to lift your eyes above your circumstances and fix them upon me. Remember this truth: circumstances change, but I do not. People change. Feelings change. Opportunities change. Economies change. Nations change. But I remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. If you build your confidence upon temporary things, your peace will always be unstable. But if you build your confidence upon my character, nothing will be able to shake your foundation. My child, they lied to you when they said that your failures define who you are. Your mistakes are chapters in your story, but they are not the title of your life. I have never introduced you by your failures. I introduce you as my beloved child. When I look at you, I do not see only what you have done wrong. I see the person I created you to become. I see the gifts I placed within you before you took your first breath. I see the calling that still rests upon your life. I see the future that my grace is still preparing. Stop looking at yourself only through the lens of yesterday. See yourself through my promises. My grace is not permission to remain unchanged, but it is the power that enables you to become who I have called you to be. Do not allow guilt to convince you that you are beyond restoration. There is no broken heart that I cannot heal. There is no wandering soul that I cannot restore. There is no life so damaged that my love cannot rebuild it. I specialize in restoration. I restore peace where anxiety once ruled. I restore hope where despair settled in. I restore joy where sorrow lingered. I restore strength where exhaustion has taken over. I restore purpose where confusion has brought uncertainty. Nothing is impossible for me. My beloved child, I want you to stop measuring your progress by what everyone else can see. Many of the greatest miracles begin where human eyes cannot look. If you're waiting on God's perfect timing, comment, I trust God's perfect plan. A tree grows its roots long before it produces fruit. A building requires a strong foundation before its walls are raised. A child grows quietly in the womb before the world ever celebrates the birth. In the same way, I have been strengthening your spiritual roots. I have been teaching you patience. I have been building endurance. I have been increasing your wisdom. I have been deepening your compassion. These are treasures that cannot always be seen immediately, but they are preparing you for the blessings ahead. Do not become discouraged because your progress seems invisible. Invisible growth is still growth. My child, you have asked me to use your life for my glory. That is a beautiful prayer. But understand this, before I entrust someone with greater responsibility, I first develop greater character. Character is built when no one is watching. Integrity is revealed in private decisions. Faith grows during hidden seasons. Humility develops when recognition does not come. Love matures when it is tested. Every challenge you face is becoming part of the training that prepares you for what is ahead. Do not resist the lessons I am teaching you. Receive them with an open heart. One day you will look back and realize that the very season you wanted to escape became the season that prepared you for your greatest testimony. My child, guard your heart against comparison. Comparison will always make you forget the blessings I have already placed in your hands. When you compare yourself with those who appear to have more, you overlook the abundance that I have already provided. When you compare your beginning to someone else's middle, you become discouraged without reason. Remember that every person's journey is different. I know exactly what each of my children needs. Some blessings arrive quickly, others grow slowly, some prayers are answered immediately, others unfold over time. Do not envy another person's path. Walk faithfully on the one I have prepared for you. Trust that my plan for your life is perfectly designed according to my wisdom. My beloved child, I also want to free you from another lie. They told you that because you are facing battles, you must be outside of my will. That is not true. Many of my faithful servants walked through difficult seasons. Challenges are not always signs of failure. Sometimes they are evidence that your faith is growing stronger. Gold is refined in fire. Faith is strengthened through trials. Hope shines brightest in darkness. Do not fear difficult seasons. Walk through them with me. You are not walking toward defeat. You are walking toward greater dependence upon me. And those who depend upon me will never be put to shame. My child, be careful not to allow disappointment to harden your heart. Declare victory by writing, "No lie, the enemy has power over me." A hardened heart struggles to receive love. A hardened heart struggles to trust. A hardened heart struggles to hope again. Instead, bring every disappointment to me. Tell me honestly how you feel. I already know your heart. You never have to pretend with me. Come to me with your tears. Come to me with your questions. Come to me with your fears. I am not offended by your honesty. I desire your trust. As you spend time in my presence, I will gently replace your disappointment with hope, your anxiety with peace, and your weakness with strength. My beloved child, there are blessings already moving toward you that you cannot yet see. Do not assume that because nothing appears to be happening, nothing is happening. Seeds grow beneath the soil long before they break through the surface. Rain gathers in the clouds before it falls upon the earth. Morning begins before the first rays of sunlight appear. In the same way, my plans are unfolding even when your eyes cannot yet recognize them. Continue walking by faith. Continue thanking me before the answer arrives. Continue praising me before the breakthrough becomes visible. Faith celebrates my goodness before circumstances change. That kind of faith honors me. My child, remember that I have called you to be a light in a world that desperately needs hope. Do not allow darkness to change who you are. Respond to hatred with love. Respond to fear with faith. Respond to bitterness with forgiveness. Respond to worry with prayer. People are watching your life more than you realize. Your kindness may become someone's encouragement. Your patience may become someone's example. Your faith may inspire another person to seek me. Never underestimate the influence of a life surrendered to me. Even the smallest act of obedience can create ripples that reach far beyond what you can imagine. If you're believing for healing, restoration, or a miracle, type, Lord, I receive your peace and your promises. My beloved child, I am not asking you to carry the weight of the entire future. I am asking you to trust me today. One step at a time, one prayer at a time, one act of obedience at a time. Do not overwhelm yourself trying to solve every tomorrow. Remain faithful today. Tomorrow's grace will arrive tomorrow. Today's grace is sufficient for today. So release what you cannot control. Stop carrying burdens that belong in my hands. Rest in my promises. Walk in my peace. Believe my truth. And whenever another voice tries to convince you that you are forgotten, unwanted, or defeated, remember this moment. Remember my words. Remember my promises. Remember my love. For I have called you by name. You belong to me. I will never abandon you. I will never stop working for your good according to my perfect will. The road ahead may still contain challenges, but it also contains my presence. The future may still contain unknowns, but it also contains my promises. The journey may require faith, but it will also reveal my faithfulness again and again. So stand with courage, walk with confidence, pray with expectation, love with sincerity, serve with humility, hope without fear, for the truth is greater than every lie. My light is stronger than every darkness, my peace is deeper than every storm, and my love for you will endure forever. My beloved child, before you continue your journey today, I want you to remember one truth that the world often forgets. Your life is not random. Every day that I allow you to wake up has purpose. Every breath you take is a reminder that my work in your life is not finished. If I have given you another sunrise, it is because I still have assignments prepared for you, people for you to encourage, prayers for you to pray, and blessings for you to receive. Never believe the lie that your life has no meaning. The enemy wants you to focus on what you have lost, but I want you to notice what still remains. He wants your attention fixed on closed doors while I am preparing new ones. He wants you to count your disappointments while I am inviting you to count my faithfulness. Shift your focus from fear to faith, from problems to promises, and from discouragement to hope. My child, there will always be voices trying to tell you who you are. Some will remind you of your failures, others will criticize your decisions, some will misunderstand your intentions, and others will judge you without knowing your heart. If you build your identity upon their opinions, your peace will rise and fall with every word they speak. Instead, build your identity upon what I say. When I say you are loved, believe it. When I say you are forgiven, receive it. When I say you are chosen, walk in it. When I say you are never alone, rest in that promise. Do not spend your life chasing the approval of people who cannot give you the peace that only I can provide. My approval is enough. My love is enough. My presence is enough. When you understand this, many of your fears will begin to lose their power. My beloved child, I know there are dreams that still remain in your heart. Some have been there for years, others are new desires that I have quietly placed within you. Do not bury those dreams simply because the journey has been longer than you expected. Not every delay is a denial. Sometimes I allow waiting because I am preparing both the blessing and the person who will receive it. Imagine placing a precious gift into the hands of a child who is not yet ready to care for it. The gift may be wonderful, but the timing would not be wise. In the same way, I know exactly when you are ready for what I have prepared. Comment, my identity is found in Christ alone. If you choose God's truth today, trust my timing more than your calendar. Trust my wisdom more than your understanding. Trust my heart even when my plans unfold differently than your expectations. I do not rush because I never make mistakes. My child, another lie that many people believe is that success will finally satisfy the deepest longing of their hearts. They spend their lives chasing wealth, recognition, influence, and possessions, believing these things will bring lasting joy. But true peace cannot be purchased. True joy cannot be earned. True fulfillment cannot be found apart from me. There are people who have everything the world admires, yet their hearts remain empty because they have not found their rest in me. Do not make the same mistake. Seek my kingdom first. Seek my righteousness first. When I become your greatest treasure, every other blessing finds its proper place. You will enjoy the gifts without making them your God. You will appreciate success without allowing it to control your heart. You will receive blessings with gratitude while remembering the one who provided them. That is true freedom. My beloved child, be patient with yourself as I continue my work within you. Sometimes you become frustrated because you are not growing as quickly as you hoped. You notice weaknesses that still remain, habits you are still overcoming, and prayers that you are still learning to pray. Do not lose heart. Growth is often gradual. A healthy tree does not become strong overnight. It grows season after season. Its roots deepen little by little. Its branches stretch toward the light day after day. In the same way, I am patiently shaping your life. Each time you choose forgiveness instead of anger, you are growing. Each time you choose prayer instead of panic, you are growing. Each time you choose faith instead of fear, you are growing. Do not ignore these victories simply because they seem small. Small steps taken consistently lead to lasting transformation. My child, I also want to remind you that my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Stop hiding every struggle from me as though I do not already know. Bring your weakness into my presence. Bring your questions, bring your doubts, bring your fears. If you know God has never abandoned you, write, God has been faithful in my life. I am not asking you to pretend to be strong. I am asking you to depend upon my strength. When you rely only on yourself, you become exhausted. When you rely upon me, you discover peace that surpasses understanding. You were never created to carry life's burdens alone. You were created to walk with me. Allow me to carry what has become too heavy for you. Lay your anxiety before me. Lay your disappointment before me. Lay your uncertainty before me. Every burden surrendered to me becomes lighter because I carry it with you. My beloved child, there are people praying for the very faith that you already possess. You may not realize it because you often focus on what you lack instead of what I have already given you. You have survived storms that once seemed impossible. You have overcome challenges that once made you tremble. You have experienced my faithfulness more times than you can count. Do not forget your testimonies. Remember the prayers I have already answered. Remember the doors I have already opened. Remember the healing I have already brought. Remember the protection I have already provided. When new challenges arise, let yesterday's testimonies strengthen today's faith. If I was faithful then, I will be faithful now. If I carried you before, I will carry you again. If I made a way once, I am still able to make another way. My child, there is no place where my light cannot reach you. Even if you find yourself surrounded by uncertainty, My presence is greater than your circumstances. Even if darkness seems to increase around you, my light will never be overcome. Walk confidently, not because life will always be easy, but because I will always be with you. Do not allow temporary trouble to convince you that my promises have failed. Storms have an ending. Night always gives way to morning. Winter eventually becomes spring, and every season of waiting is leading toward the fulfillment of my perfect will. My beloved child, I know that sometimes you wonder whether you are making a difference. You may feel unnoticed in your home, overlooked at your workplace, or forgotten by people around you. Share one word that describes what you're praying for today, such as peace, healing, hope, strength, restoration, joy, or breakthrough. Do not underestimate the value of faithfulness. A kind word spoken at the right moment can change someone's entire day. A sincere prayer can move mountains you cannot yet see. A quiet act of generosity can reveal my love to a hurting heart. A life lived in obedience becomes a testimony that points others toward me. Never believe that your faithfulness is insignificant. Heaven measures success differently than the world. The world celebrates popularity. I celebrate faithfulness. The world celebrates appearance. I delight in humility. The world applauds temporary achievements. I reward eternal obedience. So keep walking with integrity. Keep choosing kindness. Keep speaking truth with love. Keep honoring me even when no one else notices. For your labor in me is never in vain. My child, do not fear the future. I am already there. I stand at the beginning of your journey, and I also stand at its end. Nothing that surprises you has ever surprised me. Nothing that worries you has ever escaped my attention. Nothing that concerns your heart is too small for me to care about. Bring everything to me. Speak with me throughout your day. Invite me into every decision. Trust me with every unanswered question. As you continue to walk with me, you will begin to recognize that my peace is not dependent upon perfect circumstances. It is rooted in my perfect presence. So today, reject every lie that says you are forgotten. Reject every lie that says you are too broken. Reject every lie that says your future has been stolen. Reject every lie that says your prayers are unheard. Instead, receive my truth. You are loved with an everlasting love. You are guided by my wisdom. You are strengthened by my spirit. You are protected by my hand. You are being prepared for purposes far greater than you can presently imagine. Hold tightly to these truths. Write them upon your heart. Return to them whenever doubt tries to speak. For my word will remain long after every lie has faded away, and my faithfulness will continue to lead you all the days of your life.